Hello, and welcome to our presentation. This is the Tesla image, standing out sustainability. Our group is STW Consultant, and I'd like to introduce you to ourselves. First, we have Shen, who is our CEO, and myself, who is the COO, and Eric Weldon, who is our CMO. And combined, we have 10 plus years experience in branding and automotive industry in the US and also China. Combined, we are all Santa Clara University MBA alums. As we look in the year 2008, Tesla brought its first automobile to the marketplace, the Roadster. This was the first automobile in history that was all electric, highway legal, that was a production car that could reach its 200-mile claimed driving range. Their most impactful vehicle was the Model 3, as the idea was it was the most affordable and achievable option to own for consumers. And finally, as of recently, the Cybertruck is the latest offering that is rolled on the roads in November of 2023, which has been hailed for its polarizing appearance and literal bullet-deflecting body panels. As we look at Tesla's financial performance, we can recognize of the $96 billion global revenue that is generated in the past year of total, the US market made up $45.2 billion of that sum. Also, it is apparent that some of Tesla's sales volume has begun to teeter off as of recently. We can also see that competitors, both domestically and across the waters in China, are on a steady incline, and both are at a performance pace breaking into the $20 billion revenue mark. So what does this mean? One, we associate this as having to do with more intense competition from foreign and domestic rivals. And secondly, we can identify that Tesla is straying away from its core principles that established from the beginning. This result is going to be Tesla losing its competitive advantage. And to go deeper into that, I will pass it over to Eric.
Hi, everyone. I'm Eric Weldon. I have over 10 years of experience in marketing and branding. I lived in China for around a decade, and I spent 7 or 8 years working directly with automotive companies. And that gave me deep insight into both Tesla and the automotive industry overall. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the previous US perspective. So this is my parents' garage. As you can see that they have 2 Teslas. I grew up in the Bay Area. I was here when the Tesla explosion happened. And we attribute that to luxury, being environmentally friendly, and long-term savings. And together, these offered a compelling narrative that really caused a lot of growth. However, it's no longer unique. So here we have a graph from US World and News. So I'd like you to take a second and think where Tesla would be on it. You may have had a little bit of trouble finding Tesla because it only shows up once. And this is because of increased competition, the lack of a core message, and an overall loss advantage. So Tesla really needs to focus on its unique core message. Now I'd like to switch on over to China. So here we can see a couple of really important things. First, the Tesla BYD gap is closing. Second, there are new competitors in the market. So what are some of the reasons for this? The first is the curse of 35, which is where in China, tech employees are being laid off when they reach 35 years of age. And this is making a lot of people sensitive to pricing. Next, we have the screen size competition. I recently went back to China and I spoke with my ex-colleague who was in charge of Rocket's EV partnerships. And he told me screen size is everything. Finally, we have increased support of Chinese products. And when you put these together, Tesla has lost its advantage. So it needs to focus on its unique core message. So what can Tesla do about these? Well, it can't really do anything about the first or third ones. The second one would be really expensive in terms of manufacturing costs and R&D cost. However, Tesla can change the conversation. Chinese parents will spend incredible amounts of money to give their kids a better future. And on that note, I'd like to pass the torch off to Jason. who will talk about our solution.
Thanks, Eric. To explain our solution and to solidify the clear core message that Tesla needs to communicate, let's go back to the original mission statement, which is not just making great electric vehicles, but accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy through the manufacturing of electric vehicles, as well as energy generation and storage solutions. The path forward is simple. Show the public we are living out the mission. Now, as noble as that sounds, what does taking the path forward look like? Here we are showcasing Tesla's product offerings covering the entire sustainable ecosystem. To date, Tesla is the only company to offer all of these components of the sustainable ecosystem at scale, from clean energy generation with the solar panel to various energy storage solutions like the Megapack showcased here, through electric vehicle and infrastructure offerings. Now, how do we convey the message that the sustainable ecosystem is available in one place? The best place to start is at the manufacturing process. Now, to the average consumer, they may think that the manufacturing process at Tesla is just like for other automotive companies, utilizing dirty energy sources, when in reality, Tesla's manufacturing cycle is clean and self-sustaining. This is our chance to showcase to the public that Tesla is the only company to manufacture and utilize their own sustainable energy products. By living out the mission statement and showcasing this, we send a message to consumers, including the Chinese market and Chinese parents looking to purchase products for their kids that have a positive impact on the world, that purchasing a Tesla product has that net positive impact. And just so we are clear, the numbers justify this path. The energy generation and storage section of the business is the fastest growing business in Tesla, demonstrating the real impact of energy generation and storage in manufacturing will provide a significant contribution to the bottom line. In conclusion, what we are proposing is not a rebranding, but rather a reinforcement of the original brand. Self-promotion of the transition to sustainable energy by showcasing sustainable manufacturing is that chance to reinforce the original brand and the clear core message. We look forward to working with you to implement our branding strategy.